Today, we'll talk about one of the biggest challenges investors face when coming into a pile of money. Do I invest it all at once on day one via lump sum, or do I dollar cost average, meaning I invest a piece every quarter for the next year? So let's assume you've received $100,000, whether an inheritance, a bonus at work, or an asset sale such as a business or real estate. Contrary to popular belief, a study done by Vanguard, and they went back to 1976 on this, shows lump sum investing outperformed dollar cost averaging roughly two-thirds of the time. This is not surprising conceptually because most of the time asset values go up. Historically, stocks tend to rise 76% of the time and bonds 68% of the time over the course of any given year. So if we're playing probabilities and just focused on the math, then fully investing your cash day one has made the most sense if you're looking to maximize returns. But Kareem, what if markets go down after you invest? I'm glad you asked. In my opinion, despite there being a higher likelihood of markets rising rather than falling, there is a strong case for dollar cost averaging because there's more to investing than just dollars and cents. We are human, and it doesn't feel good to see losses right after investing a big chunk of money. So what can we do? A study done by Hartford Funds illustrates a comparison of investing $100,000 using dollar cost averaging versus lump sum when share prices are falling over a one-year period. You can see the investor on the left performs better because they ended up buying more shares at lower prices as markets were falling, giving them an average share price of $191. So in this case, the market fell 10% after the initial investment for the year. You could see that the dollar cost averaging investor only absorbed roughly half the losses here, whereas the lump sum investor put all of their available money to work on day one and participated in the full 10% downside. You can see the opposite effect here. The dollar cost averaging investor on the left is actually adding money incrementally at a higher price throughout the year and ends up with a 4.89% return, whereas the lump sum investor fully benefits from the rising market because all of their available dollars were working on day one at the lowest available price. So what happens if you have a down year followed by an up year? In the event you have a declining market in year one and then a rising market in year two, dollar cost averaging still beats out in this particular illustration. Here we're working with 200K, where one investor dollar cost averages incrementally over 8 quarters on the left and the other lump sums on day one on the right. You can see in this example where the market drops by 10% year one and almost fully recovers in year two, you do actually end up performing better by dollar cost averaging because you're accumulating more shares at a lower price. If you thought this was helpful, please like and subscribe so that we can spread the word and continue providing an elevated financial experience.